Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Clayton, and I just got done watching Gabriel Dropout. Like I said before, this season has been a very comedy-oriented season, with shows about demi-humans, shows about dragons that can turn into humans, and in this case, a show about angels and demons going to high school. But despite the fact that I find it to be a bit cliched and sometimes some jokes don't land, the majority of them do, and what follows is a show that's legitimately funny to watch, but I think is only going to last for one season. So, Gabriel Dropout takes place in a world where angels and demons, after they're done going to schools in heaven and hell, go to the human world to spread chaos for the demons or to spread harmony for the angels. In this case, one angel in particular, Gabrielle, seems like she's at the top of her class and she's ready to spread joy and cheer everywhere she goes. Unfortunately, she gets addicted to a video game MMO when she's on her first day, and she immediately ends up as a recluse, and ending up as a complete lazy slob who barely does her schoolwork or her actual job as an angel, and who ends up going through various comedic adventures with her angel pal Raphael and two demons named Satania and Vignette. So, the premise is certainly pretty interesting because the angels in the series act a lot more demonic than the actual demons. Not demonic in the sense that they want to kill people, but more demonic in the sense that they're not role models in the slightest. Gabrielle is a lazy slob, Raphael is a devious stalker type girl, and whereas Vignette is actually the more sane girl of the bunch and who ends up being the bigger role model despite being a demon. As for Satania, she thinks of herself as an archdemon and the antithesis of evil. No, I should say the embodiment of evil. But she ultimately ends up getting thwarted at every turn, and she also ends up constantly getting her melon bread stolen by a dog. So yeah, she's not exactly the most threatening being imaginable. So these characters, despite being cliched, are actually pretty fun to watch. My personal favorites are Satania and Raphael. But unfortunately, the biggest problem with the series is the main character, or supposedly the main character, Gabrielle herself. On top of her having the jokes that I think fall flat the most, she's also a terrible role model, since her laziness and slob-like nature, while funny, also shows how poor she is at doing anything. It's sort of like Umaru-chan, and at least Umaru-chan in her anime tried to put up the image that she's a model student at school. Gabrielle, not so much. She is as lazy in school as she is when she's just playing her MMO. Thankfully, the other characters do help out, and the side characters themselves are pretty good. Even the quick one-shot characters like Tapris and even Gabrielle's older sister in the big finale. So yeah, the comedy is pretty good throughout, though the majority of it comes from the funny interactions between angels and demons that act very much unlike how they're supposed to act, and also the various antics that Satania and Raphael get themselves into. The animation itself, while not revolutionary, is fitting for the series, as it has a cute moe style that helps out with the cuteness of the girls, the bright colors for the environments, and some of the effects. The animation's nothing to write home about, but it is serviceable for the type of show that it is. As for the overarching plot, there's not really much of an overarching story to this series, as it's more just wacky antics with angels and demons, albeit with a final episode that wraps everything up pretty nicely, with a callback to events that happened in the first episode. So it is certainly an entertaining show with good comedy and good animation, but it is pretty unoriginal, as if you've seen a high school girl comedy, you've probably seen Gabriel Dropout, as it has all of these staples, from the Christmas episode to the beach episode to the slob main character to the only sane woman character, etc., etc. The cliches are absolutely everywhere. They didn't annoy me, but they should be. But I should suggest a different series if you don't like the cliches. So when it comes to recommending the series, It's going to be based on your preferences. If you don't mind the cliches and you just like to watch a show about angels and demons in high school, then you'll enjoy it. If you can't stand the cliches, you're not going to like it. I give Gabriel Dropout a 7.5 out of 10. I'll see you next time.